Hi, I'm Tamara with Wyoming Dutch Oven Cooking. Welcome to our channel and welcome to my kitchen. What we're doing today is stuffed pork chops for 2 in a 10-inch, or this can be 4. It just depends on how hungry you are. As you can see, I went to my local butcher and I had him cut these about 1.5 inches. They are bone in. We like them with the bone. And I've gone ahead and split and made a little pocket in each one of them. You want to cut that till it's almost to the bone so you can fill it with your wonderful stuffing that you're going to do. And of course, our stuffing today is going to be something really fun. It is cabbage. It's a coleslaw mixture that you can buy. And then I've minced green onions, chopped green onions, minced garlic, and fresh minced ginger, which is absolutely wonderful, and about 1/4 cup of cream cheese. And I've gone ahead and warmed that up so it's easier to mix into this. And my only other seasoning I'm going to put in this is paprika, about a teaspoon, and a teaspoon of black pepper. We'll mix that all together and stuff these. After we get this mixed together, we'll show you how to do it. What I'm doing here is I'm going to season my pork chops with our pork and poultry seasoning that I love from Traeger. And you can put as much on it as you like. This is just wonderful. You want to get that real good. Do both sides, of course. And then I like to put a little bit in the middle too. Then we're going to let this sit for just a little bit while I put my coleslaw mixture together. We hope you're enjoying this with us today. Just remember to please subscribe and hit that like button. And if you do subscribe, it will alert you that every Tuesday we have another wonderful video coming out. My husband and I love to cook. He helps me so much. Of course, most of it is done with our cast iron, either over coals or briquettes, whatever you want to do. There we go. Okay, we're going to let those sit for a little bit. And then I'm going to show you putting this other together here. Here's my coleslaw mixture. And I'm going to add my onions and fresh garlic and ginger. Oh my goodness. You start cooking with fresh ginger, my goodness, you don't want to go back to anything else. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my cream cheese in here. Like I told you, it's about 1/4 cup. We're going to mix this together real well. Put my seasonings in here. Probably could have warmed my cream cheese up a little bit more to make this mix better. Boy, does this smell wonderful. Lots of seasonings going on. And we're going to take this out and cook it over briquettes. And cook it for about 45 minutes. We'll be checking the temperature with our instant read thermometer. And then the last 15 minutes of cooking, I'm going to put this wonderful honey mustard glaze. Like I said, you might want to warm up your cream cheese a little bit more to make this mix better. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and stuff our pork chops. And I probably have a little more than what I'm going to be able to use here. Try to get as much in as I can. You know, sometimes it's just easier to do it like this. That way you can kind of work that stuffing in. You don't want to overstuff it, because you know what happens then, and it oozes out. And we're going to go ahead and brown these, sear them on both sides in some oil that I put in our Dutch oven. So we'll take that out and get it nice and hot. We'll see, that's perfect. I might not have too much here, because we want to sear them on both sides. No, I think I did perfect on this. Sometimes I have too much, but I think this worked out great. When you're doing this, you can use whatever pork chops you like. You just got to have them at least 1.5 inches so you can make that nice pocket. Look at that. Don't those look great? And I think they're going to be fine. The stuffing is not going to come out. Now I'm going to take some toothpicks and just put a few along here. To help hold all this together. Oh my, don't those look beautiful? I love cooking. You probably knew that, didn't you? Too bad you can't come and join and eat these with us today. I think we're going to need some help. That's when we call up the neighbors and ask them if they have anything for dinner tonight. They love it when we do that. There we go. Doesn't that look great? What we've done here is we've browned it, and as you can see, they browned very nicely. We put 14 briquettes on the bottom, and we put 12 on top. And as you can see, that worked perfect. We browned them on both sides, probably about 5 minutes. Now we're going to put the lid on and cook this for about 45 minutes and check the temperature with our instant read thermometer. And we're going to take a couple off of the bottom to reduce the heat and put more on top, because we don't want them to brown too much on the bottom. What I'm doing here is checking the temperature to see where we're at. We want it to 165, so we've got to go a little bit longer here. But we have 15 more minutes of cooking probably. And I'm going to put my honey mustard glaze. And what this is, it is honey, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, and tarragon. And we have been adding briquettes as we're cooking here, because the wind is blowing, of course, because we're back in Wyoming. That's kind of a normal. There we go. Now I'm going to put the lid back on, put a few more briquettes on top, and let this cook for another 15 minutes. My goodness, doesn't this look wonderful? Oh my, I can't wait to have it. And as you can see, that is a very, very large pork chop. So my husband and I will split that, so we easily could make this a meal for 4. And this is a 10-inch Dutch oven, as you can see. And you can have a tossed salad to go along with this. And what we're going to have later on is that, along with one of my dessert breads. This is a recipe that will be coming out in one of our YouTubes, and it is a rhubarb artisan bread. And boy, is it good. We hope you've enjoyed this with us today. We do have a website also. It's wyoming-ovencooking.com. If you go to that website, it gives you lots of tips and care of your cast iron, and there's a free recipe book. And also, you can order some of the wonderful things that we love to use, like the enamel cast iron, some of our spices, and wonderful things. And there also is a really neat table that's got a wind thing on it that is really great that we've ordered. Thank you for joining us. Of course, our motto is, great food shared with family and friends equals great times. Until we meet again, thank you.